ko sila le. Aso saringi. Ya. Ole aso kulungi, aso sangi. Ava kule laiva sailele. La koe wha makala uma sailele. La whakala ngoa ele akali o. Ele whangola mauko mea maile. Ele lei oi foi maka. Karakana ngoa mangai o kamaya. O upu makala. Mo mea i o wha masingonga. E koe waka umakiripi. Whafkai. Ia le kau whanolongo i Samoa. Ia le pokalamea mauko mea maile le wha sao ele akali. Ia ngā le whenga ngui rungo le whenga. A le pokalami foi le leke kala ngoi kule ia saidele. Le la markango vale. Mea umai o ngonga whaia. Mea umai o ngonga whaia. Whale hanga whenga malo o kupe. La langa le pawala langa le kala le whenga le kuaia. Wo oi whale mai wo o. Wo loke kolo ai le Samoa. Ele le pele avakurunga se makamakai le larorangi le whaavale valea. O le ngei kumekiki. E whaakarangoanga le ngei koe ingala aku urepu. Ai le lei usi pera. Si Samoa. Ele le le ave kongo whamasingonga. Ai wei i muli mau. E whaamau wairunga. E whaamawawai. Ai se whanolongo i kala i kalangoa i koe. I sa ilele. Ele whapeo wai kasi ai mangai. Uifo. E whaanolongo. Sei ianga meanga fai le la ko fa makala kala ko fa so ele akali o le mau ko mea mai ia kulanga ela ve umai sa ungi fa masingonga ia sui oso si Samoa I ka fa le fai.
Right, all the glamour, just like how the fast party has come, all the glamour, and everyone's like, wow, this is mad, I love it, to find out it's rotten in the middle of it. It's rotten. How do we know it's rotten? Asiata, why don't you go to Samoa? Asiata, why don't you go to Samoa? Because you know what you are is rotten. What you've done to all the people in Samoa that you've put down is rotten. Now it's blown up in your face. Now the question is, are you going to come to Samoa? No, you're not going to come to Samoa. Hey, Asiata, you know you're not going to come to Samoa. Why? Because there's other people there that are looking to sue you for what you've done. That's the truth. So here you thought to sue them all to Samoa, to sue Tolefoa and Ainu, to dirty their name, Kawhaleanga their name. And now look, it's blown up in your own face. The lies you've been telling everyone. Now everyone's got to know all the lies that you've been saying. All the stuff that they all thought, oh, wow, Asiata's, wow, I didn't know that. All your lies, Asiata, is going to be confirmed because you didn't go to Samoa. Why don't you go to Samoa? Because you know all you've done is bad. It's nothing but just making sure fast are in and making sure everyone shuts their mouth. So you can talk all your glamour, you can laugh all you want. At the end of the day, you are too gutless to go to Samoa. So you're not going to go to Samoa. We all know that. And now, this big case that you're trying to sue Ainu and Tolefoa and Namota Samoa, the media that's been telling the truth and trying to share the truth, you try to kaufaleanga them in Samoa. This is the part I'm struggling to understand. How do you, a law-abiding Samoan, get the pass? Remember the person who signed the signature to say you're a citizen of Samoa. The prosecutor can take your case and we will sue Tolefoa and Ainu. Yes, we can do that for you, Asiata. Who signed that? I'm looking forward to finding out who that is. Who that person is to sign it. Who was the lawyers that were behind signing this? Who put this forward and who passed it? That's the question. Now, if the judges are asking you, Asiata, we want you, it's all available. And I thought to myself, are the rich getting richer and the poor are getting poorer? Where is the love here, Honorable? This is an example of just your friends could be getting more wealthier and the people are struggling. Is this what you mean?
Policy for the elders is that all those old people that are benefiting from pensions could come from Survey free of charge on government vessels and then going back, and that all their medications are borne by the government. All you need to do is produce your certificate from the National Provident Fund, NPF, which implements the government policy. And that's all you need. And you receive free medications and free treatment. And we did this years ago by deliberately avoiding the order of these medicines. It encourages private pharmacies by the private pharmacy owned by the former CEO of Health, who is now a member of parliament, and who is suing me for defaming him. That's ridiculous. Everything to do with him is a conflict of interest. And I have a long list to prove what I am talking about. There is nothing wrong with services provided by the private doctors.
That's right. That's right.
In fact, the existence of private doctors enormously help the health to dedicate a lot of services to the private sector. The difference here is that this guy operates his private business and is also head of health, which makes it easier for him to exercise his control of what to import, what not to import, so that he can supply them and make money. So I look forward to the case.
Honourable, sticking with the health of Ministry of Health, you know, the big story that I'm trying to bring up here is the fact that there was a story that came out, nurses not being paid for 4 months. I understand now they have got their money now, but 4 months, Honourable, this is unheard of. I don't know, I know you and the other, your Lealapole had been without pay for a little bit as well. But 4 months, Honourable, for these Samoans to go to work and show up still with no pay, this is unacceptable.
Same case with the monies for schools that have been held up. This is what is happening now all over the country. But our Prime Minister showed a no-care attitude. No-care attitude. Because he has the numbers.
Honourable, that, you know, just on that subject, you in 1983, you guys, well, it was set up this one government grant to help the public sector, to schools to get up and funding, and now where the funding that usually goes out, the 18.5 million now, which goes out to everyone around Samoa, it seems like the funding has been halted because they are now looking to audit this funding. Is this unusual behavior for government to do this?
Not only unusual, but extremely stupid. Because this is the duty of the Education Ministry to attend to. There is no reason why the cabinet should delve into issues that are already the responsibility of health, of education. In fact, if they know a school that has not been properly managed, they miss out. So it's not as if it is something difficult to do. It is not difficult. But to have a policy that they have to go and register first, open up their bank accounts, and before they open up their bank accounts, they have to get birth certificates to prove who they are. That costs monies. And then when they go to the bank will ask them to submit more information. This can go on for the next 5 years of registration. Therefore, giving the excuse that they are doing something. But it is a very dirty plot to find a way to defer as much as possible the payment until they have managed to do it. And yet, they have promised a lot of money for the celebration of the 60 odd years. I do not know why they have to go through that. We have been celebrating the damn thing for over 60 years. And yet, they had done it before. Celebrate and have a whole year of holiday, doing nothing but to go overseas and dance and dance and dance. They are doing the same. And all they are doing is to try and buy right the support of the people. You know, exactly the same as what the Romans did. To build these big show places to get animals, kill people, and keep them happy and forget about their economic problems.
That's right.
It's nothing new.
That's right, Honourable. You know, he's even playing, because, you know, you're right there. It seems like they are trying to cover themselves. And, you know, he's even mentioned that $50,000 of the district funds have gone to help out because of the funding of this has been halted for some of the schools. And now he's suggesting, the Prime Minister, suggesting that we merge the two fundings of the Whanawhawai and this one government grant. Do you believe that's a good move, Honourable?
What it is the worst move to have been made. And that means the money that should have come from the government pocket is now coming from the money that ought to go to the district for their development. It's all tricks. There is no dirty trick that we cannot see.
That's it.
We see everything. And they thought we don't know. They have now come back from Australia, where they came for discussion about a plane that Lauri has already promised. Big jet for Hawaii, big jet for both. So they had a big delegation. And the authorities they met up with told them, we have no such plane to lease out. And you have your priorities wrong. What you ought to do is go back and fix your own house, put your house in order. And then they raised the issue of collection from pensioners to fund the plane. And the same authorities told them that will land you to more complication, legal complications. And so they came back, and the government changed its note. We did not say that the planes would be delivered at the end of this year, but it is something that is long term. That means probably by the end of the next 5 years, we should be in a position. And in any case, we cannot bring those planes and land in the wood, in the bush. It seems that up to now, they still don't know that we have an international airport that landed planes of Boeing 747 and over that we opened on the 15th of December, 1985. 15th of December, 1985. And at that time, we made arrangement with Air New Zealand to fly its Boeing 747 to land on our international airport. It seems that these guys don't understand that we have an airport that can handle big planes.
Yes. Honourable, you said that here, one thing that we're noticing with the Prime Minister now is broken promises. He said to the schools that he's going to open. There's schools that are closed. And he said, yes, we will get funding. He said that the cabinet will approve the funding for these schools to open. And now you're talking about the airline as well. He's saying that we will have an airline by end of the year. These promises, the lies are starting to show itself, Honourable.
Well, is that broken promises? No, it's lying. And they are used to it. They don't distinguish what is a lie and what is a promise.
That's right. Even with the Safata payout, Honourable, I was thinking, I was looking at this story again, and they said the people are still waiting for the payout. It's got to come. But I would say there's probably like close to 10 stories that they've been saying this since last year in October. They've got the money. What's the big hold-up for them to not give the $10 million by already? We're in May.
Very simple. Very simple. No money. Very simple. The cash flow is a problem, and it's not a secret. Because in the budget they paid last time, the minister Mulpola delivered a statement which informed the country that we will continue to get less and less money up to 2028 because countries overseas are not willing to give any more, particularly considering the kind of very, very odd and strange new money pie in the sky schemes that they have been promising. And I only keep talking about those pie in the sky schemes, which all the donors are angry about.
There's no money in the government, if that's true, and once we can see, Honourable. But it seems like the government, there's no money in the government, but they seem to be putting money out to to these events like the Independence Day. But then we also have a crisis happening around the world with no oil. Is there a security plan for Samoa if we run out of oil in Samoa, Honourable?
Nothing. The Prime Minister recently talked about enough supply